Alright, real talk. If your mornings are not what they used to be, and I think we both know what that means, you need to hear this. You're already drinking coffee every morning. What if a few simple additions to that cup helped your circulation, your energy, and those morning situations that used to be a lot more reliable? I'm Dr. Eva Danial, urologist and men's health expert. I've spent years helping men troubleshoot performance, stamina, and confidence. The fix isn't always in the medicine cabinet. Very often it starts in the kitchen. Today, I'll show you exactly what to add to your coffee so it becomes more than a wake-up drink. It becomes a small daily habit that supports blood flow, steady energy, and overall performance. Everything I'm sharing has a plausible physiological basis and practical real-world use. This is common sense optimization, not magic. Coffee on its own can be helpful for alertness and short-term circulation, but plain caffeine is a spike and crash. After 50, you need more than a jolt. Hormone production shifts, vessels get less flexible, stress loads stack up, and a quick caffeine hit is like taping a leak instead of fixing the line. We're going to turn your same morning routine into something that works for you all day. Think of your body like a high-performance engine that deserves premium fuel, not just whatever's on hand. The best part? These upgrades are simple, inexpensive, and available at any grocery store. First addition is cinnamon. Use a 1/4 teaspoon to start. Aim for Ceylon cinnamon if you can find it. It's gentler for daily use. Cinnamon helps keep blood sugar steady. Stable blood sugar protects the tiny arteries that feed erectile tissue, and it supports more consistent energy. It also adds a subtle warmth and a familiar spice. Note your taste buds already recognize. If you take it daily, start small and pay attention to how you feel. Most men notice they get a smoother energy curve and fewer urges to snack mid-morning. Second addition is unsweetened cocoa powder, not a cocoa mix and not hot chocolate. Real, dark, unsweetened cocoa. Stir in about a teaspoon. Cocoa is rich in flavonoids that support nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is the signal your vessels use to relax and open. When that pathway hums, blood moves more easily where you need it. Cocoa also brings magnesium along for the ride, which supports muscle function and healthy testosterone status, and it tends to lift mood slightly. Taste-wise, it turns your coffee into a sugar-free mocha. If it's too bitter, a touch of stevia or monk fruit can help without spiking blood sugar. Third is maca powder. Use roughly a teaspoon. Maca is an adaptogenic root long used in the Andes. Adaptogens don't force a stimulant response. They help your stress system find a better set point. Maca isn't a drug. It doesn't replace hormones. It seems to work by nudging the brain's control centers for energy, mood, and desire. Most men don't feel an instant jolt. They notice a steadier drive and clearer head after 2 to 3 weeks of consistent use. Yellow maca is the mildest flavor to start with. Over time, many men report better workouts, a bit more spark, and a sense of being more like themselves again. Fourth is coconut oil or MCT oil. Start with half a teaspoon and build slowly to about a teaspoon as tolerated. Blend it into the hot coffee so it emulsifies. Don't just stir or it'll float on top. Fats are the raw material for hormones, and MCTs in particular are converted quickly to usable energy. Blending a small amount into coffee can smooth the caffeine curve, so you get focus without jitters and energy without the 10 a.m. crash. If you have a sensitive stomach or gallbladder issues, go slower and test tolerance. If coconut flavor isn't your thing, neutral MCT oil is an option. Fifth is ginger. Fresh grated ginger or a 1/4 teaspoon of powdered ginger gives a gentle, warming boost. Ginger supports healthy circulation and helps manage everyday inflammatory stress. Fresh ginger brings more of the volatile oils that wake you up right away. Powdered ginger is convenient and concentrated. If your stomach is sensitive, start smaller and take it with food. If you take blood thinners or have a bleeding disorder, Check in with your clinician before adding ginger regularly. Let's keep this practical. You don't have to turn your kitchen into a lab. Start with one addition for a week. Cinnamon is the easiest on-ramp. If that feels good, add cocoa in week 2. In week 3, try maca a few mornings. In week 4, experiment with either coconut oil or ginger. You're not trying to dump 5 things into one mug on day 1. You're building a routine that sticks. Here's the simplest way to make this work on busy mornings. Keep a small jar next to your coffee maker with a pre-mixed blend of cinnamon and cocoa. 1 spoonful into the cup. Pour. Stir. Done. If you like maca, keep that jar right next to it. If you want the creamy version, use a 15-second milk frother to blend in the coconut oil or MCT so it turns into a latte-like foam. For ginger, a thin slice dropped into the mug before you pour the coffee is all you need. If you want a weekend upgrade, try this. Brew your coffee. Add it to a blender with a teaspoon of coconut oil, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of cocoa, and a small piece of fresh ginger. Blend for 30 seconds until it's creamy. It tastes like something you'd pay for, but it actually supports your circulation and energy. A few guardrails so you get benefits without side effects. Don't overload your cup. More isn't better. Start small and build. Don't use sugary versions. Sweetened cocoa powder, cinnamon sugar, or candied ginger defeat the purpose. Don't expect this to replace medical care. If you have diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, depression, or any serious condition, stay in touch with your clinician. This isn't a cure. It's a daily support habit. Give any change at least a few weeks. Your body has been running a certain way for decades. It needs time to respond to new inputs. Let me give you a simple 30-day plan. Week 1. Add a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon to your coffee each morning. Notice your energy and appetite. Week 2. Keep the cinnamon and add a teaspoon of unsweetened cocoa. See how you feel at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Week 3. Add a teaspoon of maca on 3 mornings. Track your mood, focus, and workouts. Week 4. Test either a teaspoon of coconut oil blended in or a quarter teaspoon of ginger. If your stomach pushes back, dial it down and build slowly. Use the Notes app on your phone or a sticky note on the fridge. Rate energy from 1 to 10 and jot a word about your mornings so you can see patterns. Here's what men usually notice when they stick with this for a month. Smoother energy, fewer jitters, less urge to snack mid-morning. A clearer head, stronger workouts, and more reliable mornings. No drama, just a body that behaves a little more like it used to. A few extra notes. If you're on blood thinners, have liver disease, uncontrolled blood pressure, or take multiple medications, check with your clinician before making these daily. If you have reflux, ginger may irritate you. Try cinnamon and cocoa first. If you're sensitive to fat early in the day, start with half a teaspoon of coconut oil or use MCT instead and blend well. Tomorrow morning, when you make your coffee, remember this conversation. You have the power to upgrade your day with 1 small spoon. Your body is still capable of excellent performance. Sometimes it just needs the right fuel. Try 1 addition for a week, then layer the next. Now, here's something most men don't realize. The real power isn't in any single ingredient, it's in the consistency. You see, your vascular system, your hormone production, your energy regulation. These aren't things that respond to occasional effort. They respond to patterns. When you show up every single morning with intentional choices, your body starts to trust that support is coming. It begins to function differently. The inflammation that's been quietly building for years starts to ease. The blood vessels that have grown stiff begin to relax again. The mitochondria in your cells, the tiny power plants that produce your energy, they start firing more efficiently because they're finally getting the raw materials they need. Think about it this way. You wouldn't expect your car to run smoothly if you only changed the oil once a year or filled it with premium gas every other month. Your body works the same way. These small additions to your coffee aren't miracle cures. They're daily maintenance. And just like regular oil changes prevent major engine problems down the road, these daily habits prevent the slow decline that so many men accept as inevitable. Let me share something I've observed in my practice over the years. The men who see the most dramatic improvements aren't necessarily the ones who follow the most aggressive protocols or take the most supplements. They're the ones who commit to small, sustainable changes and stick with them long enough to let their bodies adapt. I've had clients who started with nothing more than adding cinnamon to their morning coffee, and 6 months later, they're telling me they feel like they've turned back the clock by a decade. It's not because cinnamon is magical. It's because that one small habit became the foundation for a completely different approach to their health. Here's what typically happens when you commit to this routine. In the first week, you might not notice much. Maybe your energy feels a bit more stable, maybe not. Don't get discouraged. Your body is still figuring out what's happening. By week 2 or 3, most men start noticing they're not reaching for that mid-morning snack or second cup of coffee. Their focus is sharper. They're not as irritable. By week 4, things start to get interesting. Morning situations become more predictable. Workouts feel stronger. Recovery time improves. And by the 2 to 3 month mark, many men report changes they weren't even expecting. Better sleep, improved mood, more confidence in intimate situations, and an overall sense of vitality they thought was gone for good. But here's the crucial part that most people miss. This isn't just about what you add to your coffee. It's about what this ritual represents. When you take those 30 seconds every morning to intentionally prepare your coffee with these ingredients, you're making a statement to yourself. You're saying, I'm worth the effort. My health matters. I'm not just accepting decline as inevitable. That mindset shift is just as important as any nutritional benefit you're getting from these ingredients. And let's talk about the ripple effects. When you start feeling better in the morning, you're more likely to make good choices throughout the day. You might choose the stairs instead of the elevator. You might skip that donut in the break room. You might have the energy and confidence to initiate intimacy with your partner instead of making excuses. One small habit creates momentum, and that momentum builds into transformation. I also want to address something that holds a lot of men back: the fear of looking high maintenance or complicated. Listen, there's nothing complicated about adding a spoonful of spices to your coffee. If you can remember to put cream and sugar in, you can remember this. And honestly, who cares what anyone else thinks? This is about you taking control of your health in a simple, practical way. The men who commit to this aren't the ones making it complicated. They're the ones making it happen. If you already add something to your coffee, tell me what it is. If you try any of these, come back and share what changed for you. Your experience can help someone else take the first step. If this was useful, subscribe for more practical men's health guidance. No hype, no shame, just habits that move the needle. Share this with a buddy who needs an easy win in the morning. Small changes add up. Thank you for watching.